Hopefulness Day 1. Yes, that is a new title, a new day. And while I guess you could say in a way that I'm still technically homeless, and this video will still go into the Homelessness 2.0 playlist that I have, I feel like there's been a definitive shift in things. I'm actually going to put this up on the fridge. I really only made it for the establishing shot. Or not made it, I pulled it out. I've already had one of these. And I was a little disappointed with it. It wasn't great. I didn't realize there was more stuff in here. Looks like something's wrapped up in something. What the hell? I don't even know what's going on here. It's like a little baggie with some limes and some salsas and probably, I'm guessing, some cilantro and onion, even though cilantro and onion don't like that, but lemons I can deal with. What the hell is in a... Merry Christmas? Oh, okay, the roasted jalapenos that I thought were going to actually be on the nachos themselves. So I went to the grocery store today, but then I was like hungry, and I'm like, everything I bought was something that I have to make. Like, I gotta spend some time cooking and whatnot, and I was goofing off on the game and everything. I don't really want to have to deal with that, so put some of these in the fridge. Just so it doesn't look bad, even though I'm probably not gonna use it. But anyway, so now I have more napkins, some of which have been soaked through with some juices. About half of them, in fact. So, despite yesterday's disappointing end, and the disappointing food, nachos weren't that great. They were like a step above Taco Bell. And that's not saying much, to be honest. I was kind of expecting more. I had already ordered from the same place, and I can't really, I don't really remember exactly how to pronounce the name. Should be a receipt here. Tacos El Gavilan off of Broadway. I ordered something before, and granted, okay, the first time I ordered from them, I ordered oysters, like on the half shell. At least if I'm not mistaken, I did order it from a taco place. Okay. Okay, but think about it. It actually it's kind of brilliant if you think about it. How are tacos often served, especially soft tacos and especially street tacos? They're open face. Just like an oyster. And everything's inside. It's dumb, I know. But I think it could be great. You could call your restaurant like Open Face, and all of your food is open faced. Hopefully stuff that's not just like super pretentious and shit. This is going to be a relatively short video because I'm going to use the restroom. But so I've completed the driving thing. That's done. I'm a licensed California driver. I can drive cars as long as I have insurance. And then on top of it, the thing that I've been mentioned it a couple of times, I will be signing up month to month with the lady who runs this place for $1,500 a month. I don't have that kind of money to be here for a lengthy period of time. 2 months is really all I can do for the most part, at least ideally. 3 if I stretch it, maybe 4 if I'm really stretching. Then I'm not gonna have any money though at that point. So that's where the hopefulness comes into play, I guess, because for the most part, the next 2 months, I'm gonna pretty much tell myself this is where I'm gonna be. So then I've got some stuff I gotta take care of. The housing situation is, at the moment, locked in for $3,000 for the next 2 months. It's cheaper than it has been for the last 3 months. So I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't have to worry about the car situation. Those things are taken care of. I now have to try and find work. One thing I'm going to probably do, unless I can find an alternative, is get some, and I think I mentioned it yesterday, maybe some fly-by-night insurance, and then rent a car for like a week. And then see what goes from there. You know, drive around, try to find a place to stay, or try to find a job, something like that. But I've got to figure out a way to start making money, which means I need a job. And also, it seems as though the whole bus situation is reverting back to charging people now, which sucks because I paid $1.75 to go 3 stops. Like, that's why I was actually thinking about this before, and after I'm done talking about this, I'm gonna finish. Paying to ride the bus like 95% of the time isn't really worth it. Because let's say you have a short trip, like what I did earlier, $1.75 to go one way for 3 trips. Now, I'm of the understanding that there are transfer time frames or something along those lines. But what if you don't need to transfer? You know, it's like the short trip isn't worth it because the amount of money that you're paying is, if you will, time to price ratio too much. But then on a longer trip, because the system isn't that good, it's not that fast, and it's not even that dependable, you're not really getting your money's worth either. You're not going very far despite the amount of time that you're taking. So either way, it really isn't worth it. You know, if we subsidize it with taxes, sales tax, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, maybe tax the big ass corporations in the area that aren't actually paying any taxes. Subsidize the cost to where you basically don't have to pay for it. Even better. But I'm gonna continue avoiding to pay, you know, for rides for the time being, if I can. And I'm going to move on into driving at some point when that becomes more feasible. Have fun.